There's a lot of talk recently about the Euphrates River. There are too many terrifying discoveries that were revealed, that sound in that cave under that river. Many believe that these are current signs of several end times prophecies. But which prophecies are specific? There are several prophecies of angels throughout Scripture. One prophecy in particular tells of the release of 4 ominous angels held at the Euphrates River. Who are these angels? And why does this matter to the believers? Join us in today's video to explore the secrets of the Euphrates River. But before we start, don't forget to take a few seconds to subscribe and turn on the bell to watch videos from our channel. The Euphrates River, which has played a crucial role in shaping the history of Iraq, is slowly disappearing and leaving many people worried. This once thriving river has been the lifeblood of countless communities for centuries. But now it's drying up at an alarming rate. Along with its sister river, the Tigris, the Euphrates is causing concern among scientists, environmentalists, and those who depend on it for their survival. What's causing this strange phenomenon? What is the intriguing discovery of mysterious caves beneath the Euphrates? The Euphrates River holds immense historical significance dating back to the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia. It played a crucial role in developing human societies, providing water for irrigation, transportation, and a source of livelihood for countless communities in the region. The fertile lands surrounding the Euphrates River were home to the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, who built magnificent cities and established complex societies. The river was a physical presence and a symbol of life and prosperity. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers have been experiencing a concerning drying trend in recent years. This phenomenon has raised serious concerns among scientists as it threatens the delicate balance of the region's ecosystem and the livelihoods of millions of people. The drying up of these rivers is attributed to a combination of factors, including reduced rainfall, increased water usage for agriculture, and the construction of dams upstream. The consequences of this drying up are far-reaching, affecting not only the availability of water for irrigation, but also the preservation of wildlife and the overall sustainability of the region. Amidst the vanishing Euphrates River, reports of mysterious caves beneath its waters These reports have intrigued explorers, scientists, and adventure enthusiasts alike. An underwater city was discovered by a team of divers, adding to the enigma surrounding the disappearance of the river. The city, believed to be ancient and submerged for centuries, has sparked debates and theories about its origins and the possible connection to the vanishing of the Euphrates River. The exploration of these caves has become an area of intense interest, with individuals like Kenny Veach gaining recognition for his daring exploration of the cave. A cave system rumored to be connected to the Euphrates River. The discovery of an underwater city has captured the world's imagination. This ancient city, submerged beneath the Euphrates River for centuries, has raised numerous questions about its origins, purpose, and connection to the disappearing river. Archaeologists and historians work tirelessly to uncover the secrets within the city's walls. The findings from this underwater excavation could rewrite the history books and shed light on the enigmatic disappearance of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River's disappearance has been shrouded in mystery, and it piqued the interest of adventurers and explorers. Kenny Veach focused his efforts on exploring the cave, a system of caves that were believed to contain clues about the river's disappearance. However, Kenny's disappearance during his expedition added another level of intrigue to the enigmatic puzzles surrounding the vanishing of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River's disappearance and the sudden emergence of mysterious caves have sparked a flurry of theories and speculations. Some people believe that natural causes like climate change and geological shifts are responsible for the river drying up and the caves forming. Others think that human activities like excessive dam construction and overuse of water resources are to blame. And then some believe that supernatural or extraterrestrial forces are behind this strange phenomenon. Regardless of how plausible these theories are, they all contribute to the ongoing mystery surrounding the Vanishing Act. Of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River's receding water levels reveal ancient caves resembling prison bars that have been sealed due to mysterious sounds, potentially connected to biblical prophecy and the secret tomb of King Gilgamesh, challenging the belief that he was fictional. The discovery of a cave filled with hidden treasures under the Euphrates River has the potential to cause economic, political, and social upheaval, as well as shed light on ancient religious beliefs and rituals. Ancient tunnels under the Euphrates River in Turkey have been discovered, revealing historical truths and raising concerns about dangerous creatures, while providing valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of the people in the region. As the waters of the Euphrates have been receding, people have been venturing into territories that previously had been inaccessible before. What they are finding are caves or caverns that seem like they could have held someone or something prisoner at one time. In these areas, archaeologists have been recording sounds coming from the ground. Sounds that make your skin crawl because they remind you of the monsters in your nightmares. Groans, moans, and growls can be heard on these recordings, and even what seems to be something moving around with chains connected to it. Could these be the fallen ones preparing to be released from their chambers under the great Euphrates? Will they come? And if they do, will they truly take a third of human existence with them? Hold on to your chairs as we play the horrifying sounds of fallen angels gearing up for their vengeful return. The four angels whom someone had bound are evil angels. These evil angels are agents of the devil, and they only carry out wicked and cruel acts. That is why it was necessary to bind them. God would not permit them to do anything until it was necessary for this terrible judgment to happen. In Revelation 9:13, 19, the sixth angel trumpeted. I heard a voice speaking to the sixth angel from the horns of the golden altar before God. Let the four angels loose, the angels confined at the great river Euphrates. The four angels were untied and let loose. Four angels all prepared for the exact year, month, day, and even hour when they were to kill a third of the human race. The number of the army of horsemen was twice 10,000 times 10,000. I heard the count and saw both horses and riders in my vision, fiery breastplates on the riders, lion heads on the horses, breathing out fire and smoke and brimstone. With these three weapons, fire and smoke and brimstone, they killed a third of the human race. The horses killed with their mouths and tails. Their serpent-like tails also had heads that wreaked havoc. Revelation 9:14, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. The text reveals that when the four angels are released at the great river Euphrates, all hell breaks loose in a worldwide war. This sixth judgment will be sharp and overwhelming. A third of mankind will be slain. Under the third seal, a fourth part was slain, and now a third of the remaining three-fourths are slain. What a bloodbath awaits the inhabitants of all the territory associated with the Euphrates. In Old Testament times, God used this river figuratively to overrun the land of his people with their enemies. The river was a symbol of the destructive onrush of the Assyrians to execute divine judgments upon Israel. As used by John, this same river is the site of God's judgment on the unsaved world, although the destruction is limited to the third part. The Euphrates was where human sin began, and where Satan held dominion for so long, now it endures divine scourge. There is a definite article attached to the four angels, identifying them specifically, although Scripture does not furnish these angels. In Revelation 7:1, it is mentioned the four angels at the four corners of the earth were different ones as they were not bound. When the moment comes for their release, evil forces are loose against a world that has forsaken God. We can be sure that the forces of the Antichrist are also pitted against the citizens of the kingdom of heaven. even though they bear God's seal and receive his spiritual protection. Jesus said that if the days of great distress were not shortened, no one would survive or no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. God is the agent who commands the release of these 4 angels. The number 4 signifies worldwide impact, as is evident from the destruction that these angels induce. The third part of the world's population perishes. This is a picture of a war that encompasses the entire world as it faces God's judgment. All along, God had kept in check the forces of global destruction of humanity. Albeit, he had sent calamities on a third of the earth: trees, the creatures of the sea, the ships, the waters, and the heavenly bodies. He also increases the intensity of his judgments. Following the opening of the 4th seal, death and Hades are given authority over the 4th part of the earth to kill with a sword, and famine, and disease. But now we read that a third part of the earth's population is slain. This scourge is so severe that these people long to die but cannot, because death slips away from them. Then as a result of the next plague, a third of mankind. You know what? The discoveries under the Euphrates do not stop at the strange sound that we heard. There are a lot of important secrets. Archaeologists discovered the tomb of Gilgamesh in Iraq, potentially changing our understanding of the legendary figure and the Epic of Gilgamesh. The discovery of the Epic of Gilgamesh in the Library of Ashurbanipal in 1849 sparked renewed interest in Mesopotamian archaeology and ancient civilization. The Epic of Gilgamesh offers profound insights into friendship and the quest for immortality, leading to the discovery of Gilgamesh's tomb in modern-day Iraq, with George Smith playing a key role in translating the epic and shedding light on ancient Mesopotamian civilization. The discovery of ancient Babylonian tablets by Smith sparked interest in the Epic of Gilgamesh and influenced biblical narratives. But his second expedition was cut short by his death in Syria. The Epic of Gilgamesh and the biblical story of Noah's flood share similarities in the deliberate decision by the gods, or God, to send a flood to wipe out humanity, with both featuring a single individual chosen by the divine to survive the flood. Jörg Fassbinder's discovery of King Gilgamesh's tomb in Iraq closely resembles the descriptions from the ancient text, containing stone sculptures, tablets, an alabaster statue, and a plant with rejuvenation powers. Researchers found artifacts solidifying the belief in the historical events of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, with glimpses into their lives and adventures. A statue of Gilgamesh was unearthed in the tomb. Strangely enough, this statue wore a watch-like object in its hand and held an adult lion. This evidence suggests that this may have been where Gilgamesh ruled, and that he may have actually existed. Because according to Sumerian records, Gilgamesh was the 5th king of Uruk recorded in the Sumerian king list. He was considered the son of Lugabanda and the son of the goddess Ningsong. He is also known as the king of heroes because of his strength and courage far beyond ordinary people. In the epic, Gilgamesh is described as possessing 2/3 God's blood and 1/3 human blood, meaning he has the wisdom and strength of the gods, but does not have the longevity of the gods. Gilgamesh ruled very cruelly over his people, forcing young people into slavery. So the people called on the gods for help, and the gods created Enkidu, a wild man to confront and stop Gilgamesh's brutality. Enkidu goes to Uruk and has a fierce fight with Gilgamesh. Eventually, the two become friends, regardless of the outcome. From then on, Gilgamesh changes his behavior, begins to care for his people, and goes on adventures with Enkidu, defeat many monsters and enemies. He also searched for the lore of immortality and left behind a book of wisdom. If these stories are true, then Gilgamesh is not just a mythical character, but a real giant. If so, the tomb is not only an archaeological discovery, but could also change our understanding of history and human origins. Because according to the records of Sumerian civilization, Anunnaki is a type of high-class creature from extraterrestrial. And if these stories are true, then humans are not the result of natural evolution, but rather alien experiments. And Gilgamesh may have had strength and intelligence far beyond humans. He may have found a way to live forever and may have mastered advanced technology. These are the things that make people extremely curious and eager to explore. Is the drying up of the Euphrates River the fulfillment of Bible prophecy? Recent news articles have reported that the Euphrates River is indeed drying up. The river's flow has decreased by more than 60 over the past century due to dams and irrigation projects in Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. There's also been an unknown factor that has caused it to increase that no one can explain. The drying up of the Euphrates River is a clear fulfillment of Bible prophecy and a sign that we must be ready for Jesus' return. As stated in Matthew 24:44, therefore you also be ready for the Son of Man. He is coming at an hour you do not expect. When you dive into the Bible's text, it's clear that the Euphrates River holds a significant place often mentioned in Genesis, where it's described as one of 4 rivers branching from the river flowing out of Eden. History buffs might be fascinated to learn that this places it right at humanity's cradle. But what happens when we flip to Revelation? Something is intriguing there. The scripture prophesies that the water of the river was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. Now, doesn't that spark curiosity? What could happen after this mighty river dries up? In biblical prophecies, water often symbolizes life and prosperity. So when a crucial river like Euphrates dries up, it implies an arrival of desolation or judgment. It's not meant to paint an apocalyptic picture, but rather to emphasize a transition phase preceding God's ultimate victory. This prophecy also introduces the kings from the east. Scholars have varying interpretations about who they are. Some believe these kings represent powerful nations set on causing havoc. Meanwhile, others think they are God's instruments for executing judgment. So here we are with the key river running dry and mysterious eastern kings on their way, thrown into a whirlwind of unfolding events. The drying up of Euphrates is more than just ecological change. It signifies major shifts on spiritual and geopolitical fronts, according to the biblical context. Diving right into it, let's talk about what happens after the Euphrates River dries up, according to biblical prophecy. It's not a minor event, folks. Many interpret this as symbolic language, suggesting a way being made for armies to cross over for an epic battle. Some theorize that this drying up signifies an end-time war, potentially World War II. Others suggest it may be more metaphorical, pointing towards political or social changes in the nations surrounding the river. When you dive into the Bible's text, it's clear that the Euphrates River holds a significant place. Often mentioned in Genesis, where it's described as one of 4 rivers branching from the river flowing out of Eden. History buffs might be fascinated to learn that this place is right at humanity's cradle. But what happens when we flip to Revelation? Something is intriguing there. The scripture prophesies that the water of the river was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. Now, doesn't that spark curiosity? What could happen after this mighty river dries up? In biblical prophecies, water often symbolizes life and prosperity. So when a crucial river like Euphrates dries up, it implies an arrival of desolation or judgment. It's not meant to paint an apocalyptic picture, but rather to emphasize a transition phase preceding God's ultimate victory. This prophecy also introduces the kings from the east. Scholars have varying interpretations about who they are. Some believe these kings represent powerful nations set on causing havoc. Meanwhile, others think they're God's instruments for executing judgment. So here we are with a key river running dry and mysterious Eastern kings on their way, thrown into a whirlwind of unfolding events. The drying up of Euphrates is more than just ecological change. It signifies major shifts on spiritual and geopolitical fronts, according to the biblical context. Diving right into it, let's talk about what happens after the Euphrates River dries up, according to biblical prophecy. It's not a minor event, folks. Many interpret this as symbolic language, suggesting a way being made for armies to cross over for an epic battle. Some theorize that this drying up signifies an end-time war potentially. World War II. Others suggest it may be more metaphorical, pointing towards political or social changes in the nations surrounding the river. The Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation, brings our attention to a prophecy related to the Euphrates River. There's mention that this river, one of the longest and historically significant waterways in Western Asia, will dry up. This event is believed to pave the way for kings from the east to march towards what many interpret as a final battle. Some experts suggest that the drying up of the Euphrates represents the removal of barriers or obstacles. It might symbolize an unprecedented period of peace or unity among nations once divided by this geographic boundary. Others lean more literally into biblical prophecy, asserting it could signify actual geopolitical shifts in power dynamics. In essence, this prophecy suggests that after the Euphrates dries, it leads to a significant showdown of forces. Yet, regardless of various interpretations swirling around what exactly will unfold, post-Euphrates drying, believers often find solace in the ultimate message of hope and redemption encapsulated in apocalyptic scriptures. It's clear that biblical prophecies have a significant place in faith-based discussions. The Bible, especially the book of Revelation, offers intriguing predictions about the end times. One such prophecy centers around the Euphrates River drying up. The Bible suggests this event will pave the way for leaders from across the globe to gather for a great battle known as Armageddon. It's a concept shrouded in mystery and subject to numerous interpretations over centuries. Are there any other reasons why the Euphrates River is drying up? There's been a lot of talk lately about the Euphrates River and how it's been slowly disappearing. Scientists and experts have been trying to figure out why this is happening, and they've come up with a few different theories. One possibility is that climate change has caused less rain and more evaporation in the area, which has made the river dry up. Another theory is that dams upstream have messed with the natural flow of the water, which has led to the river shrinking. On top of that, people have been using up too much water for farming and industry, which has further reduced the river's water levels. While we can't say for sure what's causing this, these ideas give us some valuable insights into the complex reasons behind the Euphrates River's disappearance. The vanishing act of the Euphrates River has had a profound impact on the environment and local communities. The loss of a vital water source has led to decreased agricultural productivity, affecting the livelihoods of farmers and communities that rely on the river for irrigation. The decline in water levels has also disrupted the region's delicate ecosystem, threatening the survival of plant and animal species that depend on the river for sustenance. Moreover, the disappearance of the Euphrates River has cultural and historical implications, as it erodes the connection between present-day communities and their ancient roots. The enigmatic disappearance of the Euphrates River continues to baffle scientists, researchers, and the general public. The intertwined factors of reduced rainfall, dam construction, and human activities have contributed to the drying up of the river. At the same time, the emergence of mysterious caves adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery. The ongoing exploration and excavation of these caves, coupled with scientific research and analysis, hold the promise of unraveling the secrets behind the vanishing act of the Euphrates River, as we strive to understand the causes and implications of this disappearance. We must prioritize preserving and sustaining our natural resources for the benefit of future generations. So what do you think about this terrifying event? What is the right reason for it? Let us know your opinion about this. We're looking forward to hearing from you. And well, that's all about what we want to share with you in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe. Your support will be our motivation in the future. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to update the latest videos from our channel. Hope to see you in the next videos. Goodbye and God bless you.